If you're watching this video right now, you need to understand one fundamental thing before proceeding. The quantum field doesn't display certain information to any consciousness, nor at any time. It only does so when everything is perfectly aligned. And this is one of those moments. The fact that this video found you, that you clicked, and that you're listening to these words now, is not a coincidence. It's not luck. And no, it's not even the YouTube algorithm. It's a choice. A vibrational choice. This message appears only when your level of openness matches the frequency of the truth I am about to reveal to you. Yesterday you weren't ready. Tomorrow the frequency will have changed. But today, now, you are tuned in. Welcome to the Quantum Leap. Today we won't talk about abstract theories. We'll talk about the mechanics of your reality. You've probably felt a strange sensation lately. A sort of inexplicable urgency, as if something were about to change, or as if the old world no longer fits you. That feeling isn't anxiety. It's your system recognizing that you're going through a timeline shift. In this video, we'll decode exactly what's happening to you. You'll discover why the chaos of the past few months wasn't a mistake, but a surgical preparation. You'll understand how to move from being a mere passive observer of life to becoming an active participant, directly engaging with matter. Stay until the end, because what you're about to hear will forever change the way you understand your place in the universe. You're not here to learn. You're here to remember. The quantum field doesn't function as an open signal that broadcasts to everyone equally. Think of it as a system of absolute precision. It delivers specific information to specific consciousnesses at specific times. Why did this video find you today? Because your consciousness has tuned to a very precise frequency, like a radio that for a moment eliminates interference and picks up the crystal clear signal. Most people go through life immersed in noise. They see things, but they don't get the message. For them, this video would simply be an interesting idea. But if you feel a resonance in your chest as you listen, it's because you're not just listening with your logical mind. You're perceiving with something more ancient. The field brought you here not to entertain you, but because there's something within you ready to be activated. Something that's been silently preparing for a long time, through experiences you perhaps didn't fully understand at the time. Let's talk about what you've been experiencing recently. Have you ever felt out of place in the last few months or years? That your life was falling apart or that old certainties no longer held any meaning? Moments of confusion, sudden breakups, the feeling of no longer fitting into normality. Listen carefully, none of this was a mistake. The quantum field doesn't improvise. It orchestrates. It adjusts. It prepares. Every difficult situation, every loss, every deviation that felt like a failure was part of a calibration. The field was sharpening your perception. To receive the frequency you're holding today, you first had to empty yourself of what you weren't. It wasn't a punishment. It was training. The field was teaching you to tolerate uncertainty, to let go of control, to trust even without a map. You needed evidence, not beliefs. And evidence accumulates through living. That feeling of solitude, of being a little removed from the world, wasn't isolation. It was extraction. The camp removed you from the collective noise so it could talk to you in private. When calibration kicks in, the world stops being silent and starts responding. Have you noticed coincidences you can no longer ignore? You think of someone and they call you. You need an answer and they appear in a casual conversation. Repeated numbers. Repeated phrases. Signals that seem to be there on purpose. These aren't decorations of reality. They're feedback. It's the field telling you, I hear you. We're connected. Before, there was a lag between your internal state and external reality. Now, that time is shortening. Things are accelerating. Changes that used to take years now happen in weeks. But beware, the field doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. If you think, I want abundance, but vibrate in fear of lack, the field will give you more reasons to be afraid. It's an impartial mirror. But when you begin to live coherently, when what you think, feel, and do is aligned, magic stops being magic and becomes physical. It becomes your new normal. Here we come to the heart of the message. Many people misunderstand the law of attraction or the quantum leap. They try to manipulate reality from the outside, through effort. But the quantum field responds to resonance, not force. You are not a passive observer in a rigid universe. You are a conscious node, a point of interaction in a living system. There is no real separation between you and the field. There never was. When you stop resisting what is, when you accept the present moment with complete honesty, your energy stops being dispersed in conflict. It becomes available again. And that pure energy is what creates. You'll begin to notice that you no longer have to chase things. The right things find you. Opportunities open up without friction. People who no longer resonate with you drift away on their own, without drama. It's a matter of physics, two different frequencies can't occupy the same space without dissonance. This is energetic maturity, stopping forcing connections and allowing resonance to dictate your reality. From this moment on, your responsibility shifts. It's no longer about looking for external signals. It's about healing your internal state. How do you talk to yourself? What thoughts do you entertain? What environments do you immerse yourself in? The field amplifies what you consistently support. If you support fear, it will amplify chaos. If you support trust in presence, it will organize miracles. You don't have to convince anyone of your change. The field isn't transmitted through words, it's transmitted through presence. People will notice something different about you, an inexplicable calm, a light in your eyes. That's your frequency speaking. The quantum field has chosen you for this message because you are ready to stop sleeping and start creating. The preparation is over. The activation has begun. If you feel these words resonate with a deep part of you, don't let that energy dissipate. Anchor it here and now. Write in the comments, I am ready to receive. Putting it in writing is the first act of materializing in physical reality. And before I close, listen carefully, because this is the point that almost no one really understands. The quantum leap is not an external event, it's not a stroke of luck, it's not a magic moment that arrives when everything finally falls into place. The quantum leap is an internal decision. It's the moment when you stop negotiating with your old identity. Because the field doesn't move when you beg. It moves when you change. When you stop asking and start embodying. When your mind says one thing, your body feels another, and you bring everything back together. One frequency. One message. One you. From this moment on, no longer look for proof outside. Become the proof. Walk as the version of you who has already crossed the threshold would walk. Speak as that version would speak. Breathe as that version would breathe. Not to pretend, but to remember. And if you feel this message has touched you, don't let it evaporate. Do something simple, right now. Close your eyes for 5 seconds. Take a slow breath. And as you exhale, let go of just one thing, a fear, an excuse, an old story. Just one. That's how you change the timeline. Not with 100 promises. With a clean break. Then open your eyes again and write in the comments, I choose my frequency. Because when you declare it, when you make it real with a sentence, the field records your signature. And from there, there's no going back. See you in the next video. Subscribe to the Quantum Frequency of the Mind channel to keep this connection alive. And if you feel like you're close, but you're missing one last piece to complete the picture, there's a natural next step. The field has spoken. Now it's your turn to respond. See you in the next video.